What's up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into the real of reality TV. All right, guys. I just want to talk about this for a few minutes and get your thoughts in the comment section. But it's no surprise to me, but it has been said that the cameras for LAMH Huntsville were not at the event that was held this past weekend in Atlanta as a fundraising opportunity for hillharper, who is running for Senate, as well as one of Melody's Mimosas with Melody event. And I am trying to figure out why, because if this show was supposed to be what Carlos claimed it was supposed to be in the very beginning, displaying what people like to call Black excellence, which, to be honest with you, I don't even really care for that term because, one, I feel like it's overused, and two, I don't think people really understand what it means. But whatever, people do what they want to do and say what they want to say. But I'm just basically trying to state that what he has displayed for this show, which, yeah, it's a reality show, not all reality shows have to be centered around drama. And the fact that this was a show and is a show that's on the own network of all networks is pretty sad, because I get it. In the very beginning, the OWN network really wasn't getting the ratings because it was pretty boring. It was showing reruns of the Oprah Winfrey Show, reruns of Dr. Phil, Super Soul Sunday. Like, nobody was really watching that. But when it came to her partnering up, meaning Oprah, with Tyler Perry, which I didn't even really watch a lot of his shows, that was scripted bullcrap that, again, I didn't really watch, but it was getting the viewers because Tyler Perry had a very large following back from his days of doing the Chitlin Circuit plays. And how do I know? Because I was on his email list. I think I still am. I never unsubscribed from it, so that means I'm still on it. Is he still sending emails? I don't know, because that email address that was on that email list at this point in time, I have over 150,000 unopened emails, because it's one of those lists where you give when you go to the stores and things like that, and you're not really checking for anything important coming through. So, but my point is, he had a very large following. She used him for the network. It was an opportunity for him. He's no longer on the network, but you had shows like Greenleaf and Queen Sugar, and, you know, those are really great shows, but again, they were not reality. But you have shows that come on TLC. Yeah, I know some of them are, you know, kind of drama, but not all of them are. I just feel that Carlos King has brought a number of things to this show that it didn't need to have, which is fakeness. And the other couples, it was just fake. Even the man that Melody was married to, again, fake. And I even wonder, what was he doing while she was having this event? Was he somewhere being a menace to society? Most likely. Not that I really care about what he was doing, but it just makes you wonder, because when you see the contrast of who she is and what she's doing, but Carlos took him on this press tour, what was it, over a year ago, trying to prop him up to make him seem like he was a upstanding individual that just made some mistakes, and he's trying to make a turn for the better, and he realized that he gave up his 80% for 20, and then he flipped it and did the sit down with Tasha K, which Tasha K just used the dummy for the views and the ratings, which she definitely did get. And she was no longer the 80% that he lost. Now she was the worst thing in the world. You know, just a freaking liar. But he would showcase things on the show that were just made up for the show, like Letitia and Marceau trying to do some events claiming that they're wanting to raise money to build housing for low-income people. If you want to do it, then just do it. If you got the money like that and you have the skills and the builder's licenses and you know how to pull permits and you know how to build, even though you claim you're just operating in commercial, why wouldn't you just donate your own time to build homes for lower income communities and have it be a tax write-off and let it be filmed for the, for the show? But again, I don't think any of the other people, I could be wrong, I don't think any of the other people from the show were there, because it just shows that they don't really support her. I do believe that there's an air of jealousy with a number of the people on the show against Melody. I really do. It just shows. And unfortunately, I do believe that air of jealousy also is brewing within the executive producer, or whatever his title is, Carlos. To have a man who is not starring in the shows, but I feel like wants to be, and has a so-called fan base, calls them raindrops, and all this other bullcrap. It's just weird to me. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I do feel that that is just a bridge too far, and it just makes it look like he's competing against the, let's just call it what it is, the star of that show, Love and Marriage Huntsville, Melody. It just appears to be that way, because I always felt that way when I saw that he was doing this alleged tour and she was going to be the first guest on his stop. I felt that was an opportunity to use the fan base that she has, because he knew that those people were going to come out in droves to support her, not to support him. And it was going to be beneficial for him nonetheless. Where are the other tour stops? Where else has he, where else has he traveled to have his live podcast? It's been months. I mean, normally if someone's on a concert tour, so to speak, they have dates back to back to back. So again, to me, it just looked like he was using her. But he wouldn't utilize the cameras at this event, which I feel far outweighs anything that any of them have done so far being on the show. Because now that she has done work in different acting genres and she's been doing her music thing and whatever and connecting with other people, this has connected her with other people that none of those others on the show could say that they have connected with and become friends with. Some of them may say they're friends with Dr. Heavenly. Who cares? You know what I mean? I'm just basically saying this, I felt like would have been something that would have been beneficial for the show. But I believe because when people operate in a spirit of jealousy, they will cut off their nose to spite their face, and they don't realize that they're making stupid decisions. I did watch some of What's Happening YouTube channel's video where she gave, or shared, I should say, some footage from the Mimosas with Melody and, the event for the fundraising for hillharper. And I'm not even going to lie, it was hard to hear some of the things. I felt like this would have been a great opportunity if this was filmed for the show, because not saying they would have shown the entirety of it. Of course they would not have. They can't do that. Everything's edited and chopped and, split up so that they could show pieces of things. And so, but we probably would have heard better for those who did not go and who were not in attendance. The audio of that just really wasn't great. So yeah, the people who were there, they were able to hear, but I couldn't really hear much. It was muffled. But anyway, I just, when I learned that this event was happening, I honestly assumed that it meant that in some way cameras were going to be capturing this and some of it was going to be shown on the show in this new season, which I won't be watching. Like I said, I'm standing on that. I will not be watching the show moving forward. If I catch clips on other content creators' channels that I'm subscribed to support them, I'm fine with that. And on some of the Instagram blogs. But other than that, I'm not going to give the show any ratings, because to be honest with you, I don't even think at this point in time Melody cares. If you go to her bio on her Instagram page, she doesn't even have that she is in that show or even a producer of it. Yeah, I mean, we obviously know that. So maybe she doesn't feel like she needs to have it there. Or is this, a part of her exit strategy, going ahead and removing that from her bio. I don't know. But again, it just makes me feel like Carlos in some way has some jealousy towards the person that he claimed he wanted to be there to support and protect. And I think about often that picture of Melody at a previous Mimosas with Melody event. And he was standing there and he was, facing her and trying to support her. And maybe she was crying a little bit and he was there. It just makes me feel like that was all fake, because at this point in time, he's sitting down with Apollo Nida, doing interviews with him to ask him, how he could protect his butthole while he was in prison. I'm just kidding. I didn't watch the interviews. So I don't know what questions he was asking him, but I'm just basically saying it's just, to me, get your money. I get it. Everybody's out here looking for themselves and trying to keep living the lifestyle that they have become accustomed to, I guess. But this being filmed, I felt like would have been in the best interest of the show, not just Melody, but when you're operating in the spirit of jealousy, you'll cut off your nose to spite your face. So you'll do stuff like that. And it's like, I'm not going to get any cameras there and film that event or come up with excuses. Well, we learned about it too late, or I wasn't invited, or whatever, the messy stuff, the messy queen stuff. So yeah, when I learned that, I just wanted to talk about it really quick and get your thoughts on it so you can let me know what you think in the comments section, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.